fucking criminal. Bring him back, Dave. Bring him back. You want
How am I a criminal? Explain, motherfucker. You never have any facts. It's all just fucking conjecture with you. It's always fucking this and that.
I'll be fucking biting your fucking ass.
Look at this guy. He's a violent... Talk about a...
Barstool Sports employee Rico Bosco attacks Dave Portnoy, nearly biting him during a podcast altercation where Dave was discussing rehiring an old coworker who happens to be Rico Bosco's arch nemesis. It happened during Dave's show, The Unnamed Podcast, when he said he was considering rehiring Jeff Nadu. And that's when Rico Bosco lost his mind and the junkyard dog was off the leash. Now, to understand why this fight happened, you have to go back to the beginning. Rico Bosco is undoubtedly the craziest person who's ever worked for Barstool Sports. His journey began as a caller to Big Cat and Dave's gambling show called The Pick'em Show. Rico would call in, and he would yell his picks, and he would play techno music, and he was wild and rambunctious, and Dan and Dave liked that. So they let him call repeatedly. Eventually, they let him join the show part-time, where he would juggle his job as a New York City firefighter and being the court jester for Big Cat and Dave. Eventually, he goes full-time at Barstool Sports, and that's when the lunacy truly begins, because Rico Bosco is a paranoid psychopath. All he wants to do is have a job at Barstool Sports, and every single thing he does is always jeopardizing that. Whether it's throwing a full can of High Noon at a coworker's face.
What happened, Big T?
I mean, this fucking psychopath threw a full High Noon can over here. He dented the can. He threw it so hard. I mean, Terrence has lost it. I don't know. How many motherfucking times? Because this one's going right in your fucking face. You understand that? Do you fucking understand? I'll fucking go right through you.
Whether it's trying to get another coworker divorced by reaching out to his fiance and lying about him, or simply exploding on coworkers any given moment at any point that someone encroaches on his territory. And in the other corner is Jeff Nadu, who is a human that has that actual haircut by choice. That is not an injury or an illness or a deformity. He didn't lose a bet. That is actually the way he wants to look. Pretty sure he believes he's in the mafia. He also likes to make these videos where he goes to the club and he unironically will do a selfie video being like, yo, what's up, baby girl? There's that. I don't know if he's ever done anything crazy or violent along the lines of Rico Bosco, but what he does do is work for the Barstool Sports gambling department. And guess who doesn't like that? Rico Bosco. Nadu has been in and out as a character on the pirate ship. He's never really had a full-time job. It's always been part-time bits, and every time he was hired, he ends up walking away. He never could do anything that gained any traction, and Rico Bosco has been here for now 3 presidencies, as he likes to remind Dave. He says he's the most loyal guy ever. Dave says he's the craziest guy ever, but he's on a permanent year-to-year, lifelong contract for Barstool Sports because he's out of his goddamn mind. Now, after the High Noon incident, he did go to therapy, and he did learn that he's an actual rageaholic, and he works on it for the most part, trying to keep it at bay. But in comes Nadu, and Nadu pushes buttons. And Dave recently said he's considering hiring back Nadu, and that's what set Rico off. Earlier in the day, Dave approached Rico asking, what do you think about bringing back Nadu? That's when Rico responded with this speech where I think he actually believes that Barstool Sports is the mafia.
What are your thoughts? You're good with him now, right?
No, you've been burnt before. It's got soft, bro. That's the thing.
Your
word used to be like, don't cross Davey. Now you can do whatever you want.
Why?
You want to bring him in and let him steal from you? You've done it before. Maybe he'll make cookies. He'll just rob from me again.
Cookies?
I like working for a guy when he's iron clay. Like, guys feared Tony. Remember when he beats the guy up with the stitches in him to prove a point? The muscles marinade guy?
So I thought you made peace with him.
I made peace because you told me to. Then he crossed you. So now I'm a loyal capo, and now you're fucking saying he's back.
So clearly Rico voiced his opinion and did all he could to stop this from happening, but guess what Dave Portnoy's going to do, because he knows the exact reaction he's going to get? Hire Jeff Nadu. Jeff Nadu could do nothing for the rest of his life. As long as he bothers Rico Bosco, he will have a seat at the table at Barstool Sports. So Rico, on the Unnamed Podcast, tries to keep his cool, inevitably absolutely goes berserk, most likely breaks his pinky, and announces that the junkyard dog is back. It's like Tom and Jerry. It's like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. It's like Peter Griffin versus the Chicken. These two will be fighting until the end of time. And every single time, Dave Portnoy will be there to pick the fight and to instigate and to throw fuel on the fire, because nothing brings Dave Portnoy more joy than riling up Rico Bosco. Not money, not gambling, not nothing. Watching Rico Bosco lose his mind is Dave Portnoy's favorite pastime.
You fucking
Look
ass.
at this guy. He's a violent. Talk about a criminal. Look at this guy.
Dave,
This
what the,
lunatic.
Jeff, shut up. 1 second, Jeff. Dave, what just happened?
The old Rico came back.
That was crazier than the old Rico.
He lost his shoe.